Hello Aries, thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main read, I'm using Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. And for the supportive cards, the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Okay. First for Aries, first for the other person. I feel like this... Alright, this might be an interesting one. Now, what's... I feel like this is more or less the Aries side. But it seems like you might be bleeding into each other a little bit here. So, that being said, what's holding things back? You got, on your partner's side, the door to value, and on your side, the thinking man. So I feel like you might be working together in this sense about... I feel like the two of you together might be mulling things over in a financial sense. But you might be just doing a lot of thinking. And the fact that this isn't what's holding things back, a bit of overthinking, and maybe a little bit more stringent. I feel like you might be a little too tight. Or cutting things a little too tight, like cutting it to the last penny almost. Like if you have $100 in the bank, you're spending $99.50. Like you're getting close. Like I feel like things are tight. And I feel also like you're just trying to think of ways to make things work out the way you want, and you're mulling through like how to rectify the situation. But I feel like you're kind of thinking it to death. Like you're going over. But this is between the two of you. Like I feel like you're both kind of matching that energy. I'm getting like a meshing feel with this. Probably not every card, but this part. I feel like you're working together, but you're cutting it tight on finances. All right. Now, what's going on here? Aries, another person. So what is going on here? Is this Aries? All this for Aries? All right. Now this is interesting because the two of these cards, one of these should be for your partner, but I'm feeling like they're both for you. You got walk away and you got a woman holding a coin, which don't get caught up in the gender. It just means that somebody who's taking possession of the situation, and there's usually an emotional connection to it, which makes it a very strong connection. That being said, I feel like you're just going out and doing what you need to do. It's kind of like if you have to do overtime, you're just automatically volunteering for it. The walk away, I feel like you're just like kind of like saying, well, it's not really a problem because I'm just going to do overtime, and when it pops up, you just do it. I feel like the walk away is saying that you're not really viewing it as a problem anymore because you're just going to like work longer hours or something like that, or get a second job, and it's like you just do it. You just go ahead and do it, especially if it's like working overtime. If that's an option for you, you just go ahead and do it, and that's just how you handle it. Like, I feel like you're walking away from the issue, and the reason the walk away card is there is because I don't feel like the issue is solved. It's not about what you're doing to fix it, it's about what's causing it and how it's gonna repeat. And that's what you need to be aware of. Because I feel like you're making good on the financial restraints. You're making good on whatever debt needs to be taken care of. You're taking care of that, but the reason the situation happened is going to happen again. And the walking away means you're walking away from what the actual problem is and just kind of handling it just like, all right, the bucket's empty. I'm going to fill it up again. And not realizing there's a hole in the bucket. That type of thing. That seems to be part of what's holding the situation back too. Your partner may also be doing that where they're just kind of refilling the bucket the same way. But again, I feel like you're together on this, like you're not really seeing what's wrong with the situation. Like something's wrong with finances here. Money's going out faster than it's coming in, and there needs to be You need to like probably go over the last 12 months and like look at spending patterns, and like just maybe your checkbook or your debit card could like show you like what you're doing every now and then, how you're getting a little spend happy, or maybe something you purchased like a car or something like that is draining you more than you realize, and that needs to be changed. So you might want to look a little deeper. That's because this is affecting the relationship. Because it feels like you guys hit this moment where you're just like, where's all this money going? And you're not paying attention close enough to realize where all the money actually is going. It's like, it's not really clear. Like, you seem to think you know where it's going, but it's not really clear. Like, there's something that needs to be corrected. I feel like you just go out there and just try to refill the bucket instead of finding out what's wrong with the bucket. Okay. That being said, apparently I say that being said a lot today. Who knows? Maybe I say that in a lot of my videos. This is the first card that pops in here. Like, hostilities seems to pop here. This can also be a defending card. And I feel like whatever the problem is, the problem that keeps making this happen, I feel like it's connected to something that you love, something that you want to keep that maybe isn't really sustainable. And as long as the situation keeps going, as long as you keep this one thing that you want, you're going to keep having this problem. And I feel like that's where the hostility comes from. When you look a little closer, you start to realize what's causing it, be it like a car or a house. For example, if it's the house, and you're just like, we're living beyond our means, we can't really afford this house anymore. Moving or selling the house is not something you want to do, and you're a little bit defensive about it. Or if it's a car, and you really love the car, and you're just like, I don't want to give up my car because we can't afford that anymore. And you're kind of like, the hostilities is on your side, I'm just saying, because that's where it seems to be popping in. Having Aries traits myself, I can see where, like, you know, you might fight for something that you want to keep. I can understand that. The thing is, even though you have the hostilities card on your side, because it's something you love, I'm also noticing your partner has complementing cards for how you feel. They have the cornucopia and they have the heart chakra. So they seem to be, like, agreeing with you. Like, if you want to keep pushing to make it work, they'll do whatever you... They seem like they're on page with it. They're like, okay, whatever you want to do. Like, if you don't want to give it up, even though it's beyond the means, well, then we'll have to find something else. We'll just have to work longer. We'll just have to get an extra job. Like, we'll have to just burn the candle at both ends. Because I feel like the situation, like, it doesn't have to be as rough as it is. But I feel like when I see the hostilities on your side, it's not something you're willing to move on from yet. Not yet. So what needs to happen here is, like, I feel like this needs to be looked at a little closer. Because it feels like your partner is not giving you pushback. Even if it's draining for them as well, they're not giving you pushback. And there's other possibilities for you. Like, I feel like what happens here is when you start looking at how your partner is just going along with whatever you want and you're seeing it's still draining them, you're trying to think of other ways to handle this without losing what you love. And when that happens, you have the spirituality, door to the spirit, and guard enter the gate. Guard enter the gate, excuse me. Now, what this is basically saying is, for some of you, there's going to be opportunities. For example, if it's the home and you're living beyond your means, you can't really afford the home. Maybe you want to let a family member move in and pay part of the expenses. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe having a boarder or a friend move in and take care of some of the expensive, like they'll live in there and then they'll take care of certain bills, or they'll pay a little bit of rent to you, something like that. The car thing, like other things like that. I don't know how the car would work out, I have to be honest with you. I'm not really getting anything about that, but maybe getting like a different car that you still love, but changing cars, even though it's rough, it's something you might have to do. Finding a different car you love, things like that. The garden or the gate, this is basically, see, this seems like it fits the car. Like, the garden or the gate basically means giving up what you love to make finances go back in line, or, you know, continuing on the same path and just kind of working through it and just kind of trudging through it. I feel like that's what it's saying, is trudging through it. The garden or the gate is usually like staying in the garden where you're comfortable and happy, or going out on the path and seeing what else is available to you, thinking there might be something better. With the two of these together, I'm feeling like the garden has met its heyday. And the garden is kind of withering, and you're aware of it. Even though you love the situation, whatever it is that you want to keep, you're realizing that this time is moving on. Like, you can't keep doing this. I feel like the garden or the gate is like, either find, if you want to stay in the garden and keep enjoying this item, you have to find a different way to handle it. If you don't find a different way to handle it, sooner or later you're going to have to let it go. That seems to be what the garden or the gate is saying here to you. Either you have to find a different way to handle it so it's not a strain on the relationship, because sooner or later it seems like it will be, or you have to let it go completely and just find, you know, just let it go and move in a different direction. So it's, I feel like you got two choices: either handle it differently or let it go. If you keep just kind of stagnating, sooner or later it's like burning the candle at both ends. Sooner or later something's going to give, and it's just not sustainable. Now, that being said, because I want to say that for the 50th time today, you have the crown chakra on your side for what makes things better, which I'm feeling matches door to spirit, and on your partner's side it's the goddess of the moon. I feel like this is the two of you working together. Like, I feel like you're working together with your partner because you're realizing the strain it also causes on them. And because they're right on point with you, they'll just go along with what you want. It seems like that's how it's going. Excuse me. You're very much talking this through, and you're trying to figure out what can we do. Like, and you're starting to ask yourself, do I really, is whatever the situation is, whatever it is you love, is it worth doing this to your partner? Is there going to be a way for you to repay your partner in some sense? Like, I feel like you're hashing it out. Especially these two cards, in this sense, like, they're very spiritual, both of them. And I feel like you're trying to, like, really decide, like, how much is this situation worth to me? And how much is my partner worth to me? And what can I do to actually make everything work out so we're all happy, so everybody's happy? Because I feel like your partner really weighs on you. You got the daughter romance, and you got the second. It's the sacral chakra. It's the orange one. I'll just leave it at that. This is on your side, which means you're really, really concerned about how your partner seems to be just going along with what you want, and your focus seems to be changing to, like, what's going to help your relationship. And I feel like you value the relationship over whatever item it is, because it feels like it's an item thing for the most part. It feels like it's something like a house or a car or something like that you want to keep. And you're realizing that your partner's just going along with you, and it's just like you're seeing the value of your partner, and you're just, this, based on what makes your partner happy, like if your partner is as ecstatic about the home as you are, then you probably try to keep it and go through options of like that. But if your partner's just not really ecstatic about their home, but they just want you to be happy, and they're going along with it because they want you to be happy, and you know they're not over the moon about the home, I feel like you're going to, like, start be like, well, maybe there's other homes out there that might also make us happy. That type of thing. Because I feel like your partner's reaction is really weighing on you, because it seems like they're very conducive. They want you to be happy. They want to go along with what you want. They seem to have a lot of faith in you that whatever you choose is going to work out for both of you in the long run. And I feel like that's really weighing on you. and you feel this responsibility to make this decision for the both of you, and even though you really want to keep this item and you really don't want to let it go, you realize you're making this decision for the both of you, not just you, so it's kind of weighing on you. What are we going to do going forward? Does my partner feel the same way about this item that I do, or do they not? And if they do, then we can try to keep it. If they don't, maybe it's time to move on from it. I feel like that's what the whole thing's about. And I feel like at some point you're going to come to that anyway, but that's kind of like the big thing here. It becomes a focus on how is this item affecting the relationship, because I feel like there's an imbalance of money that needs to be corrected, and I do feel like you realize at some point that it's draining on your partner as much as you, and it's going to have problems going forward. It's going to drain you both. It's burning the candle at both ends. Sooner or later, something has to give. And maybe that's why this reading might, if this is resonating with you, that might be why this is coming to you, to realize the sooner you make this decision, the sooner you take this look at it, easier it'll be, the better you can make this decision. You know, it's just going to make it easier on you and your partner. The sooner the better. Okay. So that's for relationships. Let's go into Aries singles. Aries singles. Let's make sure we shuffle these good. All right, Aries. Aries singles. I'm not sure if we're going to go for the Oracle. I don't think we've done any Oracle cards yet for your read, but I'm not feeling the pull towards them yet, so I'll wait to see if that comes in after. All right, so I'd say 90% of this is really good. That being said, I think I'm going to start with what's rough. Now, what's rough is what's going on in your environment. Someone around you feels like they're lacking, or they're not getting the attention from you that they want. And I'm getting like right behind it they have the walk away card, which it seems like somebody isn't getting the attention they want, so they might be holding back. This is single, right? Yeah. So somebody around you just seems like they don't feel like they get enough attention from you. Because of that, I feel like they avoid you. That's weird. Because they want your attention, because they don't feel like they're getting your attention, they're avoiding you. That makes... that's interesting. Because I feel like they're angry, and they're just like, well, I can't have as much of your attention as I want, then you won't get any of my attention. It's kind of weird. It's kind of strange. But that seems to be how the person around you is handling it. Which explains the financial constraints at the bottom here, because I don't feel like this is about money for you. I feel like this is because the reason constraints, it's more about the constraints. Like, you're not seeing this person too often. They seem to be busy when you want to see them, because they're kind of having this moment where they don't feel like they get enough of your attention. So because they're not, they're avoiding you. That is very interesting, because that seems to be what's going on here. Now, I do feel like that's weighing on you. You have attachment in your mental aspect. So it seems like that's bothering you. The reason that's bothering you, because I don't know if you're realizing that's why they're doing that, or that they're actually purposely doing that, because you have the world in where you're standing. Like, you feel you like this person, you want to be around them more, and it's not like I feel like you're not realizing that they're having this weird, like, you're realizing they're not around as much as you'd like to see them, and it bothers you. You'd like to see them more, But the person that you're interested in seems to be having this moment where they're just, since they're not getting all your attention, they're angry. So they're avoiding you. They're like trying to kind of, what is the word I want to use? Discipline? Or just like they're trying to teach you a lesson. Like, well, either get all my attention or none. If you want my attention, I want all your attention. They just seem to be, it seems a little bratty. I'll be honest with you. It seems a little bratty. Just like spoiled brat. Like, I want it all and I want it now. Is that Veruca Salt? I want it all and I want it now. It seems like that's what I'm feeling here. Your overall energy is the heart chakra, though. You're getting two love cards here, like two flat out direct love cards. You got your overall energy, the fourth. It's the heart chakra. It's the heart chakra. It's love. There we go. Leave it at that. And you're also getting the door to romance here in the center. I feel like this already has like a good, like you're already kind of feeling like this is going in a good direction at this point. The door to romance right here after it, it's kind of like, I feel like you're kind of like, you're seeing each other every now and then, but not very often, but you want to see more of this person. And it's ironic that they want to see more of you, but they're having this reaction, so you're seeing them even less than you could be. But I feel like it's the reason is because of the way they're acting. Now that being said, like when you are together, I feel like it's really good. But it's still just in the beginning stages here. This is still the dating stage. And I feel like there's a little bit of a jealousy thing on their side. Like if you're hanging out with friends instead of them, or you're doing stuff with, like it seems like there's things they feel like instead of hanging out with friends or whatever, you could be hanging out with them. And there's a little bit of a jealousy thing there. Two cards face down means until it happens, you're not really going to see this happen, but I'm assuming this is good. Alright, so I feel like whatever this Veruca Salt moment is, I don't feel like it lasts too long. I just feel like it's a moment. It's a moment. However long that moment lasts. Because they miss you. And they realize they're shooting themselves in the foot. Because they want to see you, and by avoiding you, they're not seeing you. Like they're shooting themselves in the foot with this reaction. So they're realizing that, and they're going about face with it. Don't get caught up in the gender, but a man holding a heart and the man in the mirror, or a magician in the mirror, basically they offer love to you again. They want to be around you. They try to be more conducive, and with the magician in the mirror, they're realizing, they're like taking a look at themselves, realizing they're creating their own situation here. They seem very well aware of that. I feel like the reason they're aware of that is because they're really starting to miss you, and they're realizing, well, I probably could see you more if I wasn't avoiding you, so I'm going to stop that. Which, in your future, brings the victory card. Things are going very well. That victory from this change in attitude, I feel like this is where this relationship then starts to begin to become an actual relationship. Happy family. This is like, to me, a lot of times this is like the 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles rolled into one. Very happy socially, very sound, very stable. Things look very good going forward. I think a lot of times people interpret this card as the 10 of Cups. I just see it as both because it seems like it's a very good ending here. So I feel like if you're seeing this now and this is resonating, you're kind of wondering why you're never seeing this person. You're just like, are we always going to have these schedule conflicts? But the thing is, the schedule conflicts aren't that bad right now. It's just that the other person is avoiding you because they want to be more a part of your life than they are currently. The thing is, it's in the dating stage at this point, and I feel like they're not realizing that you need to get to know them a little more before you start adding them into these other situations. And then when they realize, you know what, I'm shooting myself in the foot. I want to see this person, but I'm not because I'm avoiding them. When they realize they're creating their own situation and possibly damaging the situation, they take it about face, and that's when everything, like, you see them a lot more. things start moving forward a lot easier. Things get a lot more conducive, and you're a lot happier. They're a lot happier. I don't feel like in the center here, like when you're kind of missing them, I don't think you're realizing. Because I feel like you're just missing them. Like the attachment card here makes me feel like you're just missing, but you're not seeing them like you'd like to. And you're not realizing what's going on with them, really. I don't feel like you're catching on. But later, when things turn around, it might be a little more obvious what they were doing. But you might let it... I feel like you're probably going to let it slide. Okay. Anything else? Alright, so for Aries single, I think that looks pretty good, personally. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.